You okay now? Okay, so again, as I was saying, thank you very much. Not that any of you would ever say anything about me showing up here in Lululemons in a sweatshirt, but I vow that this will be the last time you see me. So again, thank you very much for your time this morning. Roll call.
Director Lisa Vincent.
Present.
Councillor John McDonald.
Present.
Councillor Jason Legree.
Present.
Treasurer Mel Blimke.
Here.
Director Jen Laverne.
Present.
Vice Chair Lorraine Vincent.
Present.
And Chair Ben Oakes.
Present.
Chair, we have quorum.
Wonderful. Call to order, I guess, at 8:07 and our land acknowledgement. As we gather, we would like to acknowledge on behalf of the downtown Renfrew BIA and our community that we are meeting on the traditional territory of the Algonquin people. We would like to thank the Algonquin people and express our respect and support of their rich history. And we are extremely grateful for their many and continued displays of friendship. We would also like to, we also thank all the generations of people who have taken care of this land for thousands of years. Any declarations of interest at this time? No? Wonderful. Can I have an approval of today's agenda? Lisa and Mel, all in favor? Carried. Any errors and omissions from any of the minutes from last meeting? No, everything looks good. Can I have a approval of the September 8th meeting minutes? Jason, Mel, all in favor? Thank you. Business arising from that September 8th, our 2026 budget. Wanda? Or who wants to?
After so much discussion around the budget during our workshops, we've gone back to the table and we created a more sort of broad category based budget. So you'll see in your package that what we've done is we assigned set do both advertising, marketing, promotion, and events and promotions, just a bulk number, allowing us some more flexibility within those categories to spend without it needing any further discussion. So our understanding, Wanda and myself, is that this is the format that we wanted to see to have it approved, and so we present to you this morning that. Fixed costs, really, there's not a lot we can do based around that came in at 80,900. So the bulk of it that is sort of geared towards the mandate of the BIA.
Any questions to this proposed budget? No. Treasurer, I really do like this. Personally, what this opens up for, because it's if anybody would like to know the details of the events and promotions, please come and see us at our AGM and you will get a full detail of the breakdown of the generalization of what we will be doing. But this is what we will be spending your tax money on: advertising, marketing, and promotion, and events and promotion, and then just the operational costs. This is simple. Here it is.
And through you, Chair, join us each and every month and we will show you the breakdown of how that money is being spent within those categories, and it'll give you a year to date and funds left within each budget.
Perfect. Yes. 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 Sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, we're able to put a motion to this. So can I have a motion to accept this? Councillor Legree, Director Lisa, all in favor? Very perfect. Thank you. Thanks for your help with this, Treasurer. This is very well done.
Thank you.
Social media, policies, second and third review.
So other than I've got some mistakes to fill in, you will see I added this paragraph, which refers to what you were speaking about, Ben. So that would be the only thing that's been added, other than a few spelling mistakes that have to be done. And it states, just to maintain professionalism and uphold the reputation of the downtown Renfrew BIA, all social media posts and comments made by board members must align with the DRBI Code of Conduct, member respectful policy, reflect the values and integrity of the organization. This ensures that individual opinions, views, or comments expressed on personal platforms are not publicly associated with or perceived as representing the BIA. Board members are expected to use discretion online and to separate their personal views from their official role within the organization.
It's her. And maybe a little bit of chat. Wanda would never. The secrets.
No.
No, but that's what we need. That statement. I do believe that we need that in it. Anything else that needs to be discussed on that? So can we just simply have a motion? Can I do it this way, that we have a second, third, and adoption
Yep.
motion?
Yep.
Okay,
So the motion would be motion to adopt the social media policy.
council will agree, treasurer, all in favor? Perfect, thank you. Cyber impact.
So Cyber Impact is our new email marketing, and it is partially up and running, but I do need people to check their inboxes to make sure it's not going to spam. I know the two counselors, I think it was going to your spam. It was? Yeah. Yeah, and I know Mel's was going to his spam, so if everyone checks their spam, and that will ensure you're getting all the emails.
Delegations and announcements.
Okay, so we have a ribbon, so we just had the ribbon cutting for the Royal Barber Shop. So Tony's opened up beside Bonisher Bakery. Swiss Alps is celebrating 1 year anniversary. Chicken Palace is opening in Milano's. I'm not 100% sure of the date. So to my knowledge, they have actually bought the building and everything. And the Chicken Palace sign is actually up. So he was in to see us. Recycling. So I do have an update on the recycling. So I'm just going to read it out because I just got it all late on Friday from Amanda. So on October 1st, 2025, Todd McCarthy, Minister of the Environment, Conservation and Parks, sent a letter. So Amanda received it, and she believes it was sent to the mayors as well, indicating that after consultation with the PROs and municipalities, that inclusion of small commercial businesses in the new curbside blue box system would not be possible in any form. So as directed by council, staff here have been in contact with Miller Waste, which will be operating the residential recycling collection in this area in 2026, about a separate curbside recycling collection system specifically for small businesses. Neighboring municipalities have expressed interest in a similar arrangement, which should increase the economy of scale and result in better pricing than if we were to procure the service separately. So Miller is currently working to gather data from the municipalities and confirm capacity at processing facilities. Once the proposal from Miller is received, staff will return to council for direction. So the future of the recycling drop-off at the landfill for both residential and business sources is currently unknown. A report on the matter will be discussed at council on this Tuesday, I think. However, information is lacking for council to make any decision at this time. We're hoping for more information from Circular Materials on the depot, but it's been a bit difficult. So that's the only update we've got to date. So they're currently getting pricing.
Questions? That's for tomorrow's
She said next Tuesday, so it's either tomorrow or next week. I'm not sure when your council is.
Don't quote me, but I think it's.
It might be next week, next week's meeting.
I'm sure that I'm there.
There's,
Please.
there's, Amanda's been there, does she say on that letter what municipalities are interested in that, or just other ones?
Just neighboring municipalities.
And it's okay if you gentlemen don't know, but is Miller Waste, weren't they the ones that were already picking up our downtown recycling?
Thursday now?
Yeah. Or is this now that we're going to another company now? We're not sure. That's fine.
No, I'm not.
That's fine. Well, we've got a couple of, in my opinion, we got a couple of days here. In the grand scheme of things, so I'll wait for a couple of emails and slides before we start asking more questions.
Yeah, the whole program is just kind of screwy from the get-go, like.
Yeah.
CEO and me, myself went down to Ottawa and tried to, and I know some other municipalities like that, went down to, and there was no thought put into this, like, it's as simple as that.
Very good. Okay, treasurer's report.
Good morning. I guess we'll be two sheets that we'll use as reference. We've got the big spreadsheet. And we've got our VA expense summary breakdown. So when we look at the big spreadsheet, we look at the total amount of admin and operation that came into the month of September, 57,745. We look on to our summary breakdown, it'll sort of break out where that money was spent. So we had the salary, bank fees, and rent. These are fixed costs, and making it 5509.99. A couple of office expenses, Valley Bites, a subscription renewal, that was at 7322. And we had a balance on the A Weber. This is, I believe, the email sort of platform that we've been using, and it's a USB version, so it's doing it on 3424 Canadian. I think it was $35. Total administration operations 57,745. Going down into the middle section, we spent $746.85 in advertising and promotion. The branded tablecloths, which you've got in, came in at $45.98. We had an influencer partnership with the town of Renfrew, who went out about this summer, did some advertising. Most of that, our share was $250, and then our promotional bottle opener giveaway came in at $450.87, which was a tremendous success. I'm sure someone's going to be touching on that a little later on. So $746.85 in advertising and promotion. We had no expenses clearing through events and activities, so that brings in our monthly total at $64.30. You slide over the fourth column over, you'll see our year-to-date versus our budget. Heading into, again, our busiest quarter of the year. The other form, which again is more or less for your own perusal, it just is a bit of a breakdown and a recap. So month at a glance, it shows us again where we are year-to-date. And it gives us our different sort of disciplines underneath with regards to our district figure program, revenue recap, what we received into revenue for the month. That what they just said back in town. So I have I guess not a lot left unless there's questions or concerns.
Any questions for the treasurer on his report? No? Can I have a motion to accept his report? Lisa? Lorraine? All in favor? Thank you, Terry. Thank you, treasurer. The Chamber of Commerce report, Wanda?
So the chamber is hosting their Pinnacle of Business Excellence Awards. That's this Thursday out at the MyFM Center at 5:30. So if you don't have your tickets, you can get them now. It's $35 a head. If you're a member, $40 if you're not a member, and $45 at the door. It's gonna be catered by Swiss Alps. And then we will be giving out our BIA Member of the Year award there as well. So if you don't have your tickets, go get them.
Council agree. Council, with the council report.
Yeah, just a couple of things. So we're actually starting budget talks today at 10 o'clock. It'll be ongoing for the next probably month or month and a half again. The other thing that Councilor McDonald and myself were talking about was the main street, which I don't know if anybody watched council last time, but it came up about the grinding. So like a while back, they came and they painted the danger zone, like the danger areas, so where you trip on them, but they were just black there. We would like to see, and I don't know if one or maybe the board agrees or not, I think something should come from here, from this board to the town requesting that. Like, we can't leave it to maybe Main Street painted up like that. It was kind of silly. We have a grinder on staff, machine and all that, we just need to operate it, so. Wondering what the board's thoughts are, like in the spring, they should be going out, and then this time of year again, and grinding them all down and fixing them spots up instead of spray painting them in May and then leaving until October to do something with, so. I'm not sure if we wanna just bring that forward, or if something should come, like if we're all in agreement, maybe something should come from the board to the clerk to put on the agenda for, does that make sense? Or?
Yep. Yeah, so want me to send a letter to council?
Well, we'll see what everybody says here, it's not just up to John and me, so.
Counselor, I get where you're coming from. And I do apologize, but I don't think that needs to come from us. That's a safety and policies and procedures aspect. And if we sit here in the BIA board thinking about getting things set and ready for the people who will replace us, that needs to already be in set for the town. I don't think the BIA needs to be the one that comes and says, hey, I don't think this is safe, let's do something about it. Counselor?
Thank you, through you, Chair. And not necessarily with regard to the safety, that is a component of it, but also the cosmetic look. Like, we've got 3 pylons out there and for trees that have been removed.
Right on.
Absolutely ridiculous looking that they're
Yep.
still there.
Yep.
So just whether or not we're looking for not support, but just that there's concerns expressed through the BIA with regard to the look of the downtown.
I'm there.
This is all about.
Yep.
And then it's up to us to bring forth maybe a notice of motion, but if we have the concerns itemized with regard to the BIA and what we stand for, that would speak volumes. So, and again, I look at that, and those orange marks have been there for months now, which was ridiculous, and nothing was done, and then we have pylons now replacing trees. And so, I mean, more of a letter maybe of or a motion or something with regard to the look of the downtown. And can town look into this?
Well,
Right, that sort of thing.
fair point.
Yeah.
And all I'm saying is that we shouldn't have to look into it,
Oh, I agree.
right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I think
So I think,
we'll send it.
so I think from our side, we're just looking at like, John and me will be bringing it up and discussing it, but. The more, you know, we have the BIA support behind us saying like. That was the only thing that I get, that it's not up to the board to look after safety and all that type of stuff.
And through you, Chair, what I will do is, the business owners, I will send up something as one of a business where I have a situation in front of my store. If there's anything going to be done, I would encourage the town to do this in the fall, which would make plowing a lot easier. I watched last year the blade hit the bump, and then you got a foot left, kind of thing, where it hasn't cleared, so, yeah, more sooner than later would be nice.
Want
So Ben, just to speak in use, so normally when I'm out and about walking, when I see anything, I'll report it, whether it's a broken tree or pylons, so I report that, or if it's a sign, whether I have to report it to bylaw, so I'm always reporting stuff like that, so I personally kind of do think it is a little bit of our responsibility, just for to keep our downtown looking nice.
Sorry, I might not be using the right word. I think what we could, hearing and thinking please, I don't mean to be speaking as if I'm the one, right? I think this can be actually connected to what our friends up at OVC were talking about. They saw an opportunity, and they went and spoke to the town, and they just kind of, that conversation stopped there because of how fire law was. We don't have something in place to say, hey, you got something wrong with the what we are representing, then come to us first, so that we can channel that to you, right? Yeah, that first bit is just, well, it doesn't make sense because I don't have a policy and procedure about how they can be reporting. And let's make it very, very clear that you come to us and then we pass it along. But some of this stuff should have already been done, in my opinion. But, and I think we're all in agreement there, right? So, okay.
It's gonna be a very expensive liability. I
Absolutely.
mean, and
Yeah.
it's been identified as a problem,
Well,
and not looking after it is.
then we will,
Doesn't fare well for them.
Counselor.
And I'll just kind of hit on our City app, so for the residents and business owners too, like you can download the app, City or whatever, and you can put. And actually gets logged in the system, so if it's something to do with a sidewalk or a tree nesting, it'll go to Public Works or the right person, they need to physically go in and close it off, right, or else it stays active in our system, so. I know a lot of the residents and businesses will phone and stuff and things could get missed that way, but this is actually, you're physically logging it on the app and it's going into our system and it gets monitored, so just I wanted to kind of hit on that.
perfect. So there's then our channel, right? Don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's just, we have one consistent message. And you bring it to us, but you need to go onto the app. And it's then identified and logged here at town.
I appreciate you, gentlemen, so.
Through your chair, I think it's
Please.
important because we do represent ourselves as caring about what it looks like for businesses, right? We put so much effort into the beautiful landscapes, the trees, everything, so we want to be consistent with that we care about it and support it. But so it's great if we have an outlet that we can send them to say, yes, we care, but it's not our liability, it's not our responsibility, and we pass that on. So if that's something that we could even go ahead and share, that's great to have for them.
Yeah, so
Through you, Chair. One, I'm wondering too, with regard to that app, maybe a two-pronged approach, right? A letter or an email from BIA. But also, if you're on the app, to itemize it, representing the BIA, so to Jason's point, it's logged in and they need to be
Okay.
talking about from there, so maybe a two-pronged approach.
Okay.
Yeah, future, and I'm just, reinforcing that, yes, I mean, our mandate is events and promotion, but we've also indicated to all our membership that we advocate for them too.
Yeah.
So, with the recycling program, I don't see that this is very dissimilar from that in that, this does impact the overall look of downtown, just like the proposal for the vacant building bylaw that's been proposed at the ECDF committee, so.
Yeah.
Maybe even just a little feedback from put out an email, if you've got a concern in front of your building, please let us know, and then that would give 1 to 2, then she can go on to the B City app and everything's logged then, and it's there.
one consistent message. Yeah, in how. Yeah, no, you guys are awesome. You guys have got it. Perfect. Anything else? Thank you. Thank you. Events and promotions, Freaky Friday.
Through you, Chair. So as we all know, Freaky Friday is this Friday. Super excited. This year we are going to do a 2-day setup for us. Just take a little bit of pressure off. So we're gonna start on Thursday. If anyone is available, then more than welcome to come help us. We've added a new theme this year, a little bit of circus. Big thank you to Reagan Street Foods and Bones Bakery for dropping off candy because they're not able to stay open. And we do really appreciate businesses that have dropped off and hopefully continue to drop off. Big thanks to the fire department and the junior A's, because they take the candy that is donated from the BIA businesses and hand it out at Low Square and the alleyway. The junior A's are also going to help a little bit this year with just some safety awareness with some of the crosswalks. We're going to have some visible vests on them. make sure the flow of traffic is controlled and safe. This year, joining the food bank on Railway will be the Ottawa Valley Shriners, Proper Pet Treats, and the Muay Thai Gym, giving out candy. And thank you to our prize sponsors this year for the costume pumpkin judging, which is BICN Printing and Design Boutique, the Hive Collective, donated one in each categories. Thank you. The Warehouse, Mental Care Practicing Loving Caring, Community Living, Sun Life Sean Salter, and Remax Peter and Will Vincent. So thank you to all of them and their sponsorship. Again, you can see a lot of advertisement on social media. One has been sharing it. Your state is excellent. My FM has been sharing it a lot this year, so thank you to them. And that's about it. To see you all downtown Friday. I'm excited to think about it.
One quick question for you. When does the setup start on Thursday? At what time, if we're to meet you down there, what time do you want us to be there?
At 11. I was hoping to be a little bit earlier, but thanks to my daughter's very busy schedule. For me, anyways. Yes. And then Friday will be at about 8 AM.
8 AM. And how long do you think you're gonna go for on Thursday?
Thursday until we have to get ready for the Chamber Awards, so probably wrapping up by 4:30.
There we go. Perfect. Counselor,
Just wondering if, to drop off candy, where do they drop off again? Like,
Here to the BIA office.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I know a lady with a store full of some.
That's good.
yeah,
Thank you, Vincent. Appreciate that.
just take a look at the expiry dates.
It's free.
Yeah, that's right, that's right. Thank you. Any questions for Lisa? For Lorraine? Wonderful, thanks. Light up the square.
So we're still in the planning. We've had council approval for the nativity scene. So I was talking to the, he's not the pastor. The chaplain from St. Joe's, so that'll be coming down. Yeah, we're in the works. We've got probably 10 to 12 market vendors, and we do have, I got confirmation, the Piggy Shack coming as well, so Janine was able to get them, so we will have a food truck. So yeah, planning's well underway.
Awesome, great. Renfrew Lucius. Lorraine?
It's not.
I am so
Well, we do have the same initials. Last name. Yeah, just an update, an email went out, I'm gonna pass these around because it sort of shows the program that we put together for Renfrewlicious.
Here, we can share one. Yeah.
So, you don't need to read that all right now, but it is sort of what we had pulled together, with this idea of how this would work for the month of November for our restaurants and foodieries. We want to send out our email to the food businesses twice, asking them to please confirm participation by Friday, and no one has responded. So I have decided to cancel the event. I've got my email ready to go out, and cancel any future food events unless someone from that industry decides they want to become spearhead an event and participate with us, then the support will come from us at that point. But yeah, the amount of time that we spent trying to pull this together and plan it, and it could have been put in other areas to maybe benefit the members who want to participate in things. So having said that, there's a $2,000 budget that will now no longer be going towards this. So as a board, I don't know if we want to use that, say, towards Christmas, we want to use it just in general towards marketing and advertising, and maybe look at getting some content for social media or what have you. Maybe get an influencer in for the Christmas time frame, or even, you know, book someone to do maybe a series of things that we can launch as over the next few months. That was just a thought I had at this point, but, you know, welcome everybody's input as to where to allocate this $2,000, so.
Through you, Chair, thank you, Lisa, for the time that you put into this with Wanda. I guess I'm very disappointed that that we couldn't get some interest out there from that sector, which was very competitive, especially with new openings outside of our downtown, which always been we wanted to promote our members. The $2,000 then is recognized as going back into general budget. We will, as a board, decide then how we want to support different programs.
If anyone has any questions, please. I thought what we put together was great. It was it emulated a lot of what successful communities are doing similar to this. With a few twists for us that was specific to our town, but obviously not embraced by anyone but us. So at this point, yeah, sadly, I've made that decision to pull the plug on Friday. So
Yeah.
Counselor?
So technically you want to suspend it because you've done all this work, so we sort of set aside. In terms of procedures, that if, I like what you said, if someone comes in and wants to spearhead it. It's already set here, so we have an archive of all this information, what we've done. And we just suspend it for now until there's an interest expressed by. That component of the BIA.
Okay. The information is there for any sort of member that wants to run with the program. I'm sure we'd be more than happy to support them with the information we've given, but I think we need to sometimes draw the line on where our energies are being focused.
Yeah, we spend a great deal of time pulling this together, and it's very disappointing because, you know, I'm running two businesses, and the time spent, the time Wanda spent, we could have allocated that to something that was gonna be well received and benefit everybody else, so.
Through your chair, I think it was important to do it again.
Oh,
Absolutely, but there's no appetite for it, so then we move on.
exactly, yeah. No, I agree, I thought I really was invested in it, I thought it was very important for those members who, you know, maybe haven't had something special for them in the past, but anyway, if they don't want it, they don't want it, that's fine, you know.
Cause you know, I gotta say two words. Yeah. I subscribe to the idea of it's more of a. It's not a no, it's just not right now, right? And they have gone on for so long, not having dedicated. Anybody came to a BIA before us and said, hey, we want to do this. The BIA is not gonna say no, right? You now have an event in a box. That's what we would call it at Imperial, right? Personally, I'm still gonna be on favor for next year to have it lined up in the budget as a line up until a certain point. Trust me, right now, I am subscribing not to make emotional decisions and just, hey, this is what we're gonna do. You're in charge of this, we'll come back around, but this is honestly great. And we might be able to actually pivot some of this to say, can we just change two words? And there's something on the back burner for our services. It's not restaurant, but here's just the basic framework. You got to kind of massage a little bit. But we have things, if you want something, come and talk to us. I know the effort you put in, and not just this year.
Yeah,
Right.
this has been a few years in a row,
Right.
so, yeah.
And we sat here, and we said 3 years, right? It's let's give it an honest go. So we've got to, might not just be right now. So thank you. New business. Volunteer policy for our first year.
So I sent you all that. If there's any, Lisa sent me some bits already, so I will put that into it. It definitely won't be like voted on today, so this would be your first review. So if you've any changes, anything like that you would like, if you could just please send them to me. I was talking to Glenn, who's the curator from the museum, and he gave me a great idea because we can't have. Obviously, if we take volunteers for Freaky Friday, we got 36 volunteers and it's just for that one event. So as far as like the application form goes and bits, you wouldn't do that for every volunteer. You would do that for the ones that are investing time continuously. But for a one-off, he said that's called APOSIC volunteers. I can't remember, but there'd be more of a waiver form for them. So that's something that I will now create for this and then maybe make a slight change in the volunteer policy. So if you have any changes you want made, if you could email them to me, it would be much easier than just saying them here. I know there's some, I put it together pretty quick, so there's a few things to clean up in it as well.
Would we need to have a waiver signed for the Senate? Help set up, or is this just the event? The operation of the event?
I think anytime you're using a volunteer, you should have a waiver because it will protect the BIA, right? Just going forward. So if we have a volunteer that say we get a volunteer that's going to run the market and they're going to be there every week, they would have, that's where the application form and that would come in. But yeah, and they are covered, volunteers are covered under our BIA insurance because I did check that. The volunteer, any questions? I'm just gonna move ahead, Ben.
Keep going.
Any questions? Any questions on the policy? Just send me whatever. The next thing is the program. So the program matches the towns and I've just adapted it for the BAA. So that's where this has come in and that's kind of almost more for us as opposed to the volunteers for how we manage volunteers and that kind of thing. And I think it's I'm the one that put the policy in place because the town does not have one. And I think it's really important to have a volunteer policy in place. That's what I've done for years, so. And then obviously then we've got the application form. And the application form again mirrors the towns, it's just adapted to us. The one thing I would like feedback on is when we're looking for volunteers, you will see in that section there, if you can think of any other things we would like to add. Just we've got the volunteer fair coming up and for volunteers, it's really important to focus on what they're good at. So you might have somebody that, I don't know, likes writing or taking photos. So that could be a good volunteering thing for them. You try to focus on what their enjoyments are as opposed to telling somebody to do, asking somebody to do something that they don't like, then the heart's not in it. So if you can think of anything else on that form, this would be great if we could get that ready to hand out at the volunteer fair on the 28th.
Is there an option for other where they can say?
I could do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, great idea,
Good
actually.
idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Let them just.
Yeah.
Still need to come in there and say, this is what we,
Yes.
Oh,
right, this is what we, right, but what are you special for?
yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
it might be
Tell me what
something
you're
very
special
special skill.
And then add that. I'm assuming what we'll do is have a database and list it under,
Yep.
and we could add it as
Yep.
as an item, and then perhaps in the future ask others.
Yep.
Let them give us the ideas.
So any information or anything you want, if you can just send it to me. Is there anything on the application form other than adding other? When you've looked at it? Cause this, if we could pass, would be great. Because then we have it to hand out at the volunteer fair on the 28th.
Is there specific skills that we look for events? Perhaps, you know, if you're good with moving things, if you know, certain.
Well, I think,
strengths or something.
well, I think with volunteers, that's why you find out what their interests are and what they're good at. So if you got, I could think of somebody, think gardening.
Mhm.
So if they like gardening, then you want to give them something and they want to look after flower beds or whatever, they're gonna love that and put their heart into it, because that's what they do.
I feel like it kind of falls under that second tier question there.
Yeah.
That's gonna,
Yeah,
special talents,
That's right.
it's a juggle. I'd really like a juggler for Friday. Juggling down.
so if,
Okay, so add other, yeah.
yeah,
It looks
Juggle
good.
stuff.
What's after that?
after this
Yeah.
is just the acknowledgement.
Okay, that's taken from kind of.
This is the exact same thing as the towns. The only thing I changed was our bits
Yeah.
and adopted it to the BIA, yeah.
So if you wanna get it out and about it, if you add other, then that, I like that.
Yeah.
And we can tweak it later on if we need to, but.
Yeah.
At least you're good to go.
And then we've got something to hand out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rest of the stuff we can still work on. I don't
Yeah.
think we should rush that,
No,
but
Policies and procedures, operations. Once you get it out into operations and you turn around and see, hey, I gotta make an amendment.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to know. Then can I have a motion to accept with the one amendment that Wanda will make to throw on other? To that this will be our, at the moment, volunteer application. Lisa. Jen, all in favor? Thank you.
perfect.
Coupon book.
You wanna talk?
sure. Good. So we were brainstorming with regards to our marketing budget and advertising. There'd been actually don't remember where all the ideas came from. There's a few ideas. Mel was one. There was someone else who had provided an idea regarding doing some sort of a coupon book or booklet of some sort. So we decided to put together a coupon book that hopefully will be ready for Friday. We're hoping to hand it out at Freaky Friday so that it gets into the hands of the parents. And the kids probably just use it for color, but anyway, but we have it going forward for all our events for the light up the square, for the 12 days of Christmas. And the coupons are for the new year. So it's free to any of our members who want to participate. And the goal is obviously to put traffic through the doors of our businesses in the quiet months of the year, but take advantage of the busy times to get the books out there and circulating. So, yeah, I mean, that's the overall list.
Is there a time component for it, or is it good for 2026?
It's just for the first 3 months of the year. So it's the winter time frame when everyone's kind of paying off their Christmas bills and looking for people to walk through the door. So.
Yeah.
So every coupon, because we went again on our support local, so every coupon of that, you'll see the expiry.
Oh, yeah.
And then every business or every organization that sent us one has the QR code, either their website, or if they don't have a website, Facebook. And then with all their info, so they've sent the info. So that's example of some, there's Proper Pets, and then the towns put in, we've got some organizations that have put one into, and you could put in more than one coupon. So it's actually gone now to print, so see if it all lines up for it, but yeah, it looks pretty good.
What was the participation like, Wanda? How many do you feel?
Great participation from organizations, so we can run through them. So we've got Bright Hearing, Resale, Bright Hearing again, Ink Therapy there at the Hive Collective, the Chamber of Commerce. So we've Ella's in a bind. Again, that's the Hive Collective. Swiss Alps, the lawyers. We've got a few, then we've got the warm community living.
Yeah.
Yeah, community living, Gran and Pops from behind here, Golden Age. Tony got in for the barber shop. Yeah. So participation from businesses could have been a little bit better but it is the first one, so now that everybody's seen it, it might be And then they can sign up again to our newsletter, and then it ends with that.
That's
So-
awesome.
Is there a payment for them to participate, or is it free?
No, it's free. They just had to send me the logo and what they want. I've designed it, and then we're going to get it done, so hopefully it'll be ready for Friday.
What I think would be
I have
great.
faith in them.
One, if we could, after that first quarter next year, if we could reach out to these people and see what the participation rate was like and just see. So we can sell the benefits of that
Mhm.
going forward on this program.
So at first glance, we're getting 200 books done, but if they're done for Freaky Friday, we'll go through those 200. Then we've got Light Up the Square and then Santa Claus Parade. So if everything goes right, we could be handing out between 600,000-800,000 books.
600,000?
6 to 8. Did I say 6 to 800? To 1,000.
Perfect.
All right.
Awesome. Awesome. I gotta say, look at what we're, just a couple years ago, guys, we weren't having these conversations at the run this board. Right? I didn't have this opportunity. Look at the work that you guys are doing. You are awesome. That's it. It is 8:53. You're free to go. I appreciate your time. Have a wonderful week.
Yeah.
Right, you want us to stick around for 5 minutes?
Yes, please.